right, so it's hey Tesla Tim, you're in my design studio. I'll wait for a couple more people to jump on board. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. And if you guys want, I see one watching right now. If you can hear me, definitely let me know in the chat or something like that. Because I have a new microphone that we have connected to the phone. I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. So let me know. Let's see here, and we are live. So we got two watching. Can you guys hear me okay? I'll make sure you guys can hear me okay. All right, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not. I'm gonna see if I can see myself on YouTube over here. Here we go. So we're gonna talk about my upcoming trip to Biloxi, Mississippi. Welcome to my design studio in the house. I'm actually a software developer, so this is where all the magic happens. We do a lot of software development and cool stuff inside of this area, so this space. And I wanted to kind of talk about our upcoming trip, but I'm not sure if you guys can hear me okay. So I want to make sure that I'm being heard. I don't want you guys just kind of hearing nothing while I'm talking. That would be kind of dumb. So I'm going to check my site here and make sure you can hear me. So sit tight. Okay, cool. You guys can. I can hear myself. I see myself there. All right, so we're go ahead and start. We're going to Biloxi, Mississippi. We're taking Megatron, and it's quite a trip. It looks like it's about 1,200 miles total from Buffalo all the way to Biloxi, Mississippi. And we're actually dropping a Chevy Cobalt off to my son. He's in the Air Force in Keesler Air Force Base. So he wants a car to drive around while he's in tech school. So we decided to get a couple people together, and we're gonna do like caravans. So my wife and I are gonna take Megatron, and my mother and father-in-law are gonna take the Cobalt, and they're gonna follow us down. We're gonna take about 2 days to get down there, and kind of have like, if you look in the back here, I kind of have the map if you can see it. It's basically from the top of the United States down to the bottom here, so it's pretty crazy. We're gonna stop right in the middle in Tennessee, right in this center. And so I've done tons of trips. I've taken Phoenix to Arizona and back, and I've taken Megatron and Phoenix to different places. And I've always had superchargers everywhere that I stay. And this particular drive, we're gonna have superchargers most all the way down, and ones that I've already hit before. So when I release my video, you guys will say, "Oh wow, yeah, he hit this one before." You know, Erie, PA, we've been there. But as we get closer to Biloxi here, there actually is no superchargers at all. So I'll see if I can kind of zoom in here a little bit. If you can see that on the screen. So once we go, this is Montgomery, Alabama. Once we get past Montgomery and we get down close to Biloxi, there is no superchargers at all. So I was kind of like, what am I going to do? Because I've never been in that situation. Usually there's a supercharger I can hit. And so once I get to Montgomery and I charge there, I'm going to charge in full, and then I'm going to drive down to Biloxi. And I kind of did some looking, and you guys can check too. There's a couple of like destination chargers there that they're 220, so we should be able to. I think one's at a mall, so we're gonna try that. I'll film that as well so you guys can see that. It's gonna be different. I'm not sure what to expect. I know they have I was looking at some pictures. They have some Chevy Volts that plug in there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need an adapter or not. I have a couple of adapters. So that'd be interesting. So that's going to be our trip. We're going from Buffalo down to Biloxi. And that video is going to come out probably a week after we go. So we're actually leaving tomorrow morning at 5. And we should be there tomorrow. We'll be there Thursday. And from Thursday through that week, we'll be filming, and then we'll come back. And then I'll release a video on that. So that's basically that. That's what I want to talk about. But I have other things too I want to talk about with Tesla Tim. One thing I actually received, and if you guys own a Tesla, you kind of see that when people see your Tesla, they kind of like get excited, like they're super fans, and they have questions they want to ask you. So one thing that was really cool that I had happen to me, and I'm not sure if it's ever happened to any of you guys, if you own a Tesla, is we actually received a letter. It wasn't mailed to us. It actually was at my front door. If you can see that. And the name of the kid was Trevor. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. So I don't know if he's like a neighbor of mine, but it basically says, to Tesla Model S owner, I don't know your name. And his name is Trevor. So it's just, he gave me a little envelope, and then, you know, obviously he drew the Tesla T on there. It's pretty cool artwork. And I posted this on my Twitter and my Instagram if you guys haven't seen that. And then he wrote, I didn't really write, he just kind of like drew some more pictures for me. So he kind of drew a picture of the Tesla T there. And then he also, he drew the actual car, the Model S. It's the older one. So that's kind of neat, right? So that's kind of neat fan art. I'm gonna actually frame this and put that in my office. It's pretty neat that you know, a little kid growing up is you know, excited about Tesla and stuff. So, and then also he gave me this. You can see it. It's a little Tesla car. So that's kind of neat. We'll put that on the shelf as well. So whoever Trevor is, the neighbor, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's kind of a neat little fan thing that was pretty awesome. We also have a new video coming out. So I just, I'm actually going to, if you're on right now, as soon as you get off, the video will be live. I'm actually going to make it public right now. And it is public. And what it is basically, it's kind of like something I purchased for our Model S. They're actually valve stem covers. They're stainless steel. And they're really cool because they have the Tesla T on the end of the valve stem. But for some reason they froze up. So I was getting the low pressure indicator going on the back tire. The pressure sensor was going off saying it was a little low. So I wanted to take off the valve stem cover and pump it up. And I couldn't take it off. I used my fingers. I used Never Seas. I used you'll see in the video, I used vice grips. So I ended up having to take a saw blade and cut it off. So that's you know, do not buy those stainless steel valve stem covers. They just seize up on, you know, it makes it impossible to put air in your tires. And if you're gonna have to cut off your valve stem cover, you're gonna probably mess up your rim, which I did. You'll see in the video I messed up my front rim a little bit. It's a little bit scraped up. But the good news is we're actually getting those Arachnid rims soon. I'm still waiting on them. It's probably been a year, so I've been emailing back and forth with Tesla's referral, you know, area, their people, and they said they're coming, but I don't see them yet. So I'm excited for those, but they're not here yet. Once I do get them, I'll do a video, and you guys can see what it looks like to get them put on and what they look like on the car. So, last thing but not least, so I'm definitely creating that video when we get back from Mississippi, and you guys can see that. You can kind of see what's going on there. But I was hoping, and I tweeted to Elon, not that I'm anybody, but I wanted firmware 9. Like, we've got, you know, how many miles? 1,200 miles. It would be really neat to use firmware version 9 to drive all the way to Mississippi with Megatron, since Megatron has, you know, Autopilot 2.5 on it. I'm excited for it. My wife doesn't want to try the auto lane change feature, which maybe when she's napping, I'll turn it on and we'll do it. But if I do get version 9 tonight or tomorrow, I'll do a bunch of videos on that. If it happens while we're in Mississippi, as long as we're plugged in, I'll get that installed as well while we're there, and then I'll roll some videos on that so you guys can see it. I'm excited. I mean, I'm not really excited for the Atari games, but I'm more excited for the functionality of Autopilot. And one of the ideas that I had was to be able to update the car from the app. So that's kind of a neat thing, and you can do that now. So in the new update, you can actually update the car from your actual the Tesla app on your phone, which is neat. So I don't have to run out to the garage and update it. So if you guys didn't know that, that's one of the features coming up. So I'm going to wrap up the video, and the last thing I wanted to talk about is I want to thank all my YouTube viewers, followers. We just hit 1,500 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. It's not a huge milestone for a YouTuber by no means, but for me, like, you know, we're not posting videos all the time, but we're going to try to keep on posting content as much as we can, and more to come in the future for sure. So thank you very much for 1,500 subs. That's pretty awesome, and more to come for sure. Megatron and Phoenix are running great. I love driving them. We're just kind of driving everyday life. It's become part of our life. My wife drives, you know, to the grocery store, and we just plug in like an iPhone and go to the next day. So if you guys have any questions, definitely hit me up on YouTube or my Twitter, my Instagram. You guys know where they are. You can find me. and I'm always willing to answer any questions about Tesla. I haven't driven a Model 3 yet. We've actually sat in one and played around with one, but I haven't driven one yet. But I think my daughter, my oldest daughter, who's like 23, going on 24, she's really interested in getting one of them. So if she does get one, we'll film that as well. And obviously you can see the car behind me. That's going to happen. Probably a couple of years, you're going to see me driving one of these, and it'll be on my channel as well. So look for that. Alright guys, so I'm going to end my live video, so I'm sure you don't want to hear me talking all day. And tomorrow morning at 5 in the morning, we're going to be driving to Mississippi to see my son and drop a car off to him and see how Megatron does. It's the longest trip by far that Megatron's ever been on. So the longest one before that was when we drove Megatron back from Indianapolis. So I'm sure it's going to do fine, but that's quite a drive, so I can't wait. Till next time, guys, we'll see you, and thanks for watching. Peace. I got to figure out how to turn this thing off. I got to touch the screen somewhere. Oh, there it is. Later.